A while back, you may remember that I took you on a tour of a U.S. Navy destroyer, the USS John Paul Jones. Today, we're going to take a tour of a U.S. Navy cruiser. Here we have the USS Lake Champlain CG-57. She was commissioned in August of 1988. She is currently homeported in beautiful San Diego, California. She displaces over 9,600 tons, and she is propelled by 4 General Electric gas turbine engines. Her speed is up to 32.5 knots. Her crew is that of 30 officers and 300 enlisted. Here we see a nice view of the port side of the ship, and we're moving up to the flight deck. You can see the hangar bay there. Here you see the area where the helicopters land, and we're continuing to move aft, and you see the vertical launch system. We'll talk more about that later, as well as the 5-inch gun. Here we see the close-up picture of the VLS system. This is 61 cells, both forward and aft, and Lake Champlain's missiles fly straight up out of the deck. Here we see the workstation where the RAST operator performs his duties, and we'll talk more about that later. Here we're getting a nice interior view of the helicopter storage area, the hangar bay, if you will. We'll talk about those two objects here in just a second. Here we're looking a different view of the hangar deck, and now we move on to. So here we have the RAST system, which stands for Recovery, Assist, Secure, and Traverse. What happens is, as a helicopter's coming into land, the pilot lowers a cable from the helicopter, which in turn is connected to this system you see here, and then the pilot can operate a winch which pulls the helicopter down on top of this stop sign looking contraption you see, and then the system clamps down on a rod sticking out from underneath the helicopter, and it is then secured to the deck. The pilot can fold the blades, and then the RAST operator, whose workstation I showed you earlier, can hit a motor, hit the switch, and a motor will bring the helicopter into the bay where they are stored. This is much easier and much safer, especially when the ship is experiencing high seas. Here on the starboard side of the ship, we see the rigid hull inflatable boat, or RIB for short, and these are used for search and rescue operations. Here we have the NOCA, which is an active missile decoy system, and then we move amidships where we see some of the ammo storage lockers. And then next up we have the SKWS decoy launching systems. And then next we have R2-D2, or the Phalanx close-in weapon support system. This is a point defense weapon. If a missile or an aircraft gets too close to the ship and they haven't shot it down with a missile, they're going after it with this thing. It fires up to 3,000 rounds per minute. Now we're going to cruise up to the bridge. All of this equipment you're seeing right here is used for the ship's navigation, and you can see we're edging our way towards the captain's chair. That's where he or she sits, spends a majority of their time. And I'm going to get up close to the window where you can see the bow of the ship. You can see the captain has the best view of the ship by far. And now we're going to spin around here and walk towards the back portion of the bridge. There you saw some of the general quarters helmets and what have you. And now we're looking on the forward end of the ship. This is where the anchor chains are. And now we're at the front of the ship, and I want to highlight 3 specific systems. We have the Mark 45 5-inch gun. You see the cells for the vertical launch system, and then that stop sign looking thing is the AN Spy 1A Bravo radar, which gives a complete picture of the tactical situation in 360-degree view to the ship's combat information center. might be saying to yourself, all this is cool, Raj, but I need some action. Well, I got you. This next bit of footage you're about to watch is actually the USS Lake Champlain off the coast of Hawaii, cruising with the USS Carl Vinson Strike Group. The strike group had just left Hawaii and they were on their way to San Diego. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.